All right, and I think we are actually live. Let me check to make sure. And once we
You
are,
need to adjust the layer that Dolphin's on. It's on top of all.
Thank you for that reminder. We'll just drop that way down. One more layer. There we go. Beautiful. So let's get our names in, and then we're gonna get started.
Ian, you got to drop it one more layer.
One more layer. Got it. Sure about that?
100%. There you go. Unless you don't want that bar.
No, I see the issue. Don't worry. Everyone's just watching us do this right now. The issue is that we need to do this.
You added a...
Yes, I am aware. Let's see. That's not the one I wanted. They're just waiting for us, which is fine. We need to do this. Copy. All right, that's what I wanted. Yeah, and then let's put that down here. It's because it's slightly transparent the way it's designed, and so we have to do that just to make it come out clean. All right, so I think we're good to just tell them that they're good to start. Yeah. Good to go. All right, and welcome everyone. We are officially live.
You should make sure everyone knows I'm not the one playing, though.
Yes, that'd be a good mentality to have. So let's get these names fixed up. We're about to get Peab versus PichuYoshi, two players that we've seen several times before. We're gonna get right into it. All right. So welcome everyone. This is Titanium on the mic, alongside Leviticus. Thankfully, we do have our Ontario Project M channel back. However, just for tonight, we're not going to be on it just because YouTube's a weenie, and we didn't realize that we had to reactivate our account, which takes 24 hours. So
for live streaming, yeah.
Yes, we are live. But let me get everything good up and ready, and I'll post it for the people. That way they can come join us, because I'm sure we have a viewership that's relatively light at the moment. For people who aren't aware.
What channel are we streaming to?
We are streaming to Ian the Kid 007. An old classic.
Oh, the good old Titanium_Hearts channel, I see.
All right, and now let's get right into this game and actually focus on what's happening on the screen. These players have played quite a bit before, so that I know they know the matchup, and they should know each other fairly well at this point. But that said, I don't know how their matchups have actually gone overall. I know that PichuYoshi has been performing relatively well, and he's been picking up his Lucario once again, but I think he still does prefer to play as... One second, let me fix my audio because it's coming through all sorts of awkward on my end. He does still prefer to play other characters online a lot more frequently, and I do definitely respect that. I think that it is a difficult beast to come in as online-only characters, and maybe it feels better for the moment, but you're giving up all of that years of skill that you've had. So Leviticus, you've not played as much online compared to a lot of these players that we're having.
I wouldn't say I've never played it, but yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
so,
fair.
I mean, how do you feel about the whole conversation of do you think online is changes the meta and how people play?
I mean, in a very general sense, across all fighting games, I'd say as assuming that the online experience is not close to local play, then yeah, it definitely can. So if there's a lot of input delay, things that used to be reactable aren't reactable anymore. Things like that can change what tactics are effective or like relative to each other at least.
Yeah.
So it can definitely have a huge impact on like what's strongest and what's not.
Have a strong opinion on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, if tech chases it changes things in like tech chasing. Maybe someone's tech chasing gets way worse, even if it seems like a small difference in how many frames you have to react to something or whatnot, which can vary depending on the latency.
When there's only so much tech skill when most of your damage in a stock comes from hitting down on C-stick. So
I'm speaking in a very general sense. But
Ray, we made fun of him. That was actually a really nice timing.
But yeah, I'm speaking obviously in a very general sense. I'm not talking about any of the players here.
The top players in Ontario. It's a whole different story, baby. I'm gonna pop our chat out on the side. You should just pop it out separately because we're not.
Yeah,
gonna
I've
have-
got it. I've got it on the YouTube page.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Because I care about the people.
What people want. All right. I don't know how I feel about this switch. Granted, we were just doing a lot of setup during that first match, but like from what we did see, it felt like he was doing fine. He just was rushing in too much. I mean, listen, if you're gonna play Lucario, you have to recognize that dash attack's good, but so is not dashing in.
It's great until they don't shield it.
Ugh, I really like these flow cancels actually.
It's
It's been clean.
it actually kind of when I learned how much like dash attacking Lucarios get tripped up by getting spot dodged, it actually kind of blew my mind. I was just like, wow, your move just went down the tier list like so far just from spot dodging. It just interrupts the flow of their cancels, and then they can't do anything.
Lucario is pretty similar to Sheik in the matchup with Link in that I'm like, man, you know what my best zoning tool is? Just jab. Just have something in front of me, and it's like, wow, all of a sudden there's a wall. It feels like okay, I was gonna say we should be gained this kill. No, oh, that fireball saved him.
It might have, yeah.
It definitely did. Those Zelda kicks do not mess around.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it probably did for sure.
One thing that I hope PichuYoshi recognizes is it seems like Peab isn't really doing much more with his turnips and just grabbing them and just immediately throwing them. He's not doing a lot of float aerials with the turnip, so I think honestly having a turnip right now feels like a kind of linear choice for Peab.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely predictable for sure.
And you have to sort of recognize that there are times that you just want to hold it. Just go in with an air, hold on to that turnip for a little longer.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, just got tripped up by the fireball, and that was it.
I don't think about this often, but you know, even if it's a bad command grab, having a command grab definitely does change. I'm sure how Peach interacts with holding a turnip.
I mean, what do you mean by a bad? Like Peach has a bad command grab?
Do you not know that she has a command grab now?
No, is that a change in P Plus
so
that I didn't know
when
about?
she is floating or while she's in the air, she can down B to pluck her opponent and throw them.
No way, really?
Yes, it's
Wow,
rarely used, but it's really just something to help her mix up and just sort of
that's
like,
huge. If you're floating towards someone on
just not
shield, you can just grab them out of your float. I think that's like
It is
the fact
big.
that that option's available.
It is
Like,
big.
right
You
there.
just don't get much out of it. It's just like it's probably like one of the weakest command grabs in terms of like actual value of getting it.
Well, right there, we just saw he went in with a floating forward air on his shield, got punished.
Yeah, and the ability to
Can you
mix it up
imagine?
is very nice.
If now that the Zelda has to guess if you can just grab them out of that setup, what? Like that's crazy. But I mean, I don't believe I've seen him like right there. He could have just he probably could have got it for free if he just floated in and downbeat him. I bet it would have worked. I don't know what you can get off of that exactly, but just the fact that you can beat shield with it out of you have an option to beat shield out of your float. That's huge.
Yeah, and that you know what, I can't deny that. That's definitely something that like you have to respect. Just I mean, it's sort of I think that a lot of command grabs don't honestly function as grabs for a lot of players in a lot of scenarios. Like to be honest, I don't actually see Diddy's command grab in a lot of like mix-up scenarios because he's just doing good enough pressure that he doesn't mix it in unless because the risk reward just isn't built around it as much. And I think that's sort of how I think about Peaches, but I do agree its existence is a threat in itself, and that's
for sure. And it's hard to say without having seen like exactly what it looks like and what happens to the grabbed opponent, like where they get thrown, how they can be thrown. But like just to think that that could potentially become part of like some sort of combo setup for Peach, I'm already thinking of like the potential of how it could be used in ways like that.
But I will say it is not much of a combo move. I'll say that for sure.
That's fair. But I mean, like,
I would say it's akin to a weak forward throw.
Okay, that's fair enough.
It's not gonna do anything spectacular, but it's something to have. It's something if you just need hey, let's just build a little percent. Sort of say, hey, sitting there in your shield isn't gonna cut it. Especially if you're not as good at float cancel naring as a loop. Which is high technical skill.
If anything, it's just something to get your opponent out of their shield. Like that's That's
don't
still
think.
useful.
Oh, I was about to say this. I don't think his forward throw is going to kill, but there was no forward throw coming.
Just decided to
Okay.
pummel it.
Really, one grab, one bear, one aerial from either player could really end their stock. And
Yeah, if this is
we
a
haven't
one-hit
updated the
game.
scores, but remember this is currently 1-0 for Peab. Again, I don't like how he's using these turnips though. Oh, okay, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's get that score updated, like responsible TOs and commentators. Each of us equally responsible for not updating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This would be Peeb's pick, I guess. This makes sense if he's trying to just turnip camp. But yeah, as you can, like, you're right. He's okay now. He's sort of holding his turnip back a little bit, but for the most part, he was just picking and throwing pretty much instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And when your opponent knows you're going to do that, that can be used against you for sure.
No, 100%. And you know, taking a minute and holding on to it longer, I liked that down tilt. Honestly, I think that like, oh god, that was
almost rude. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
I think it shook him.
96.
Yeah.
Wow, Peach is not as heavy as you'd expect.
Nope. I mean, Zelda's forward air and back air are really strong. They just like you'd be surprised.
I think a lot of Zeldas don't honestly take enough advantage of that F tilt. It's actually a great combo starter.
Yeah, we just saw it right there. I feel like.
Yeah. The thing is that Zelda's not the most popular character, so it is weird that we've had quite a lot of Zelda representation in Ontario. Honestly, being one of the more common characters we've seen on our PR through Mew and.
In general, you mean? Okay. Yeah. I thought you meant like just recently, given online events and COVID times and all that. But yeah, I guess thinking back, there have been a lot of notable Zelda players in Ontario's history for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I should think that Peach is like,
that's really unfortunate
SD. I should think that Peach has, sort of the advantage on the stage, just in general, just being able to control, just like being able to zone with turnips. I guess Zelda has Din's Fire, but I feel like the turnips.
No, I think I generally agree with you. I think the thing is that Zelda's really good at defending a piece of land, but she's honestly like most monarchs when you get down to it. But at the same time, I'm sorry, I just thought it was funny. But I also think that like Peach just has a much better way of actually saying, "Hey, I'm going to approach with a fair and not just." Oh god, yeah, that was almost disgusting, actually. Now we're keeping this relatively even. I do like that how PichuYoshi's been playing it compared to his Lucario. A little bit more patient, a little bit more waiting, but those pokes really do huge damage. See, that's the thing. Like, you want to go in as Peach, but honestly, the threat of eating a fair, honestly, even on the wrong, towards the wrong side of the stage, even at 60%, it still is just like, well, if you float in and you get hit with a fair, then you've lost your float and you're off stage, and that's immediately a very different game for Peach.
In terms of recovery, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like I said, I think Peach has the stage advantage in neutral as far as being able to control space with turnips, etc. But like the counterpoint to that is just the edge that that Zelda has by just.
Okay, it's fine. It's not a lot of stuff. All right, by the way, I want to comment to the side point. The amount of special turnips we've seen this game, we've not really been calling each of them out because he has pretty quickly. Lots of stitches, lots of dot eyes. Like this has been a high octane turnip game.
Peach is forward away from going to losers bracket.
She is, but at the same time, I think she was doing the right thing, plucking turnips and waiting. But
I like that. Finally seeing like an upward turnip throw in neutral.
I think that grab attempt was honestly a good choice, but didn't work out in this particular scenario. Now that's kind of a waste right now.
Nice Saturn.
Yeah. Honestly, that actually sucks for Zelda.
Was that shield break?
No!
Oh no! Saturn was used against him. That's unbelievable. Oh my god!
Oh, that was so funny.
Oh.
I was just about to say, like, oh, I don't think Zelda's gonna make as much use of this as Peach could. Oh, oh, that was so funny.